how many coats have you had to do to get proper coverage over deep accent colors? In this video, I will show you the steps to covering up this dark blue accent on the ceiling of this dining room. It will ultimately take 3 coats. Over the years, I have learned that prep and patience are the keys to covering dark colors. Allowing proper dry time between coats is very important. First, I protect surfaces and items not to be painted. I have a large area tarp to cover the floor, and I drape plastic around the chandelier. I also taped around the perimeter. Instead of ripping off small 2 to 3 foot sections of tape, keep the tape all in one piece. This will make it much easier to pull the tape at the end. Taping will allow me to work faster and apply the paint a little thicker. Make sure you firmly press down the tape along the ceiling line before applying any paint. I'm using regular Scotch Blue 14-day tape here since the whites are somewhat similar and I wasn't too concerned with any bleed through. You could also use frog tape if you wanted, especially if there is a stark difference between the new ceiling color and the wall color. I like to cut in around the light fixture and around the perimeter of the room. On the first coat, I am typically a little more careful where the ceiling meets the tape. Doing so helps prevent bleed through. Once all cut in, I will roll out the first coat. I like to roll parallel to the main light source, in this case the window, or the shortest distance across the room. When you can do both, it is ideal. Keep a wet edge as you work across and roll out the ceiling. After rolling out the first coat, allow the paint to dry thoroughly. I was painting another room in the house, so I painted the first coat on the ceiling here and then had time to work on the other room while this dried. Using a fan for air movement can help speed up the drying process. I waited about 4 hours before coming back to start the second coat. I then cut in the second coat and rolled out the second coat as well. I let the second coat dry overnight. Allowing extra dry time between the second and third coats when covering dark colors is the key to getting proper coverage in my opinion. It will depend on how drastic the color change is, but giving the extra time will save frustration of the third coat still not achieving the coverage needed. I am once again rolling the ceiling parallel to the light source, keeping even pressure on the roller and being generous with the paint. Dry rolling will only leave roller lines and prevent even coverage, so don't be afraid to load the roller up with paint. I waited to apply the third coat until the next day. I was able to keep my roller wet in my paint tray overnight by using a Kovrd bag. This thick plastic zippered bag is a great tool to keep tools and paint wet for many days if needed. After cutting in and rolling out the third coat, coverage looked great and I was able to clean up. Once I knew the coverage was good, I pulled the tape and removed the plastic from over the chandelier, as well as screwed the cover plate back over the electrical box. For more helpful painting tips, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment. We're always happy to respond and help.